Hello and welcome to the channel, everyone. It is XP and today I have the War Avatar from One Page Rules. So here it is. It is a 3D printed model, so everything you see is 3D printed. The torso and the legs, these part right there is hollowed, so saving on some resin. The left gauntlet, the right hand with the sword, the tails and the head is a separate part. The wings come in 3 different parts each. You have to glue them together. I did pin both of the wings in, and I pinned the feet into the base as well. Each has an acrylic paint that I got cut out to the size of a knight, a 170 millimeters oval base. So here it is. Took around 4 days to finish painting this guy, but with benefit of hindsight, I could have just finished it in 3 days because I had to redo the gold and the wings, which took quite a time. So let's take a bit of a closer look. I did the painting process is just the basic black primer, and then I did some shading with whites for the raised area, as you can see in the thigh right there where it would be raised up a little bit, and the ankle as well. And then I shade the shadows with a wine red, you can see up in the pits or in around the pecs, the necks as well. And then the subsequent layers of reds, and then even a brighter red on top of the shaded area with whites, and it turned out pretty nice. The rest are just hand painted. I would say the silver is Iron Warriors shaded with Known Oil, then highlighted with Runefang Steel. The red I did highlight with a bit of Mephiston and Evil Sun Scarlet. And yeah, that's about it for the painting. Oh, and for the gold, the mistake I made is that I dry brush everything for the silver in the Iron Warriors, and then I highlighted with the Runefang Steel, like I said before, but then I shade the yellow, the gold area with the iron yellow, which turned that into a very, I think it's still some around here, like in the back right there is pretty dark. It doesn't look very bronzy, so I had to redo it with the Retributor armors. For the wings, it's just at the base of the black primer. You can see better when I turn it around. Let's try to focus the camera. It is a just dry brush with Incubi Darkness and then the Thunderhawk Blues, which turned out pretty nice, but it got a bit too bright, and then I actually knocked it down with a bit of contrast Black Templar mixed in with Known Oil and a bit of blue ink, which turned it down way too much, so I had to re-dry brush everything. You can see it's a bit glossy, but this is just a matte varnish with a teeny tiny bit of satin. On camera it's look a bit reflective and shiny, but that's just because I have a super bright light shining directly at the model. But yeah, that's about it. The bone is just basic Shafty bones, and then shaded with Raglan flesh shade, not flesh shade, Agrax earth shade. Yeah, let's take a bit closer look now because we got through all the details. You see yellow eyes, a bit of a blue tongue for a bit of contrast. The rib cage area turned out pretty nice with the bony protrusion. The gauntlet, I did actually have an axe for the left hand, but it turned out pretty ridiculous, so I had to print out the gauntlet instead and make it less ridiculous. It does kind of look like the old Demon Prince and Bellacore. Remind me of those two. They had a bit of Diablo. Yeah, the sword, pretty simple. It's just I dry brush with from the black base, just red, brighter red, orange, yellow, and then highlight the inside with white. Have it look like a lava sword, and then edge highlight the sides with black. See if it's like it's molten and it's cooling down around the edge, as you can see. Yeah, looks pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with the shading. Let's bring it a bit closer. Look at his shaded areas. The legs pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with how I did the shading on the reds. You can see the protrusions right there. But sorry, this is a big model after all. The shading around that area very nice. Yeah, you see a bit of wine red on the back as well. He originally had a trophy rack on the back, like right there between the wings, but it was just some bone and skeleton. I don't really like that, so I just leave it off. The tails wrapped in bandage, looking pretty dirty. I think it turned out pretty good. And yeah, I think that's about it. Nothing too much special. Well, this guy's just a practice painting, I suppose. Oh yeah, something I did for the base. I should hold this very carefully. I did pour some UV resin, but I'm pretty sure the bottle I had is pretty old and it turned out tacky. Like it doesn't cure fully. Like if I touch it, it's still a little bit tacky, not like smooth, but it doesn't stick, just a bit tacky. So yeah, let's move on to comparison. I'll bring in some of my other miniatures and we'll pick up from there. So there he is with my Space Marine. Of course, as you can see, I'm a Space Marine player and the only other minis I have are in fact Space Marines. But here it is. As you can see, he is pretty tall, dwarfing over all the other standard size minis like the Primaris Lieutenant over here. There's a couple of Terminators on the side as well. They only come up to his knees. Let's bring in a bit of a closer look for them. Bring it up to you guys, you can see. And if I just put him on the base, right there, you can see. Even with a like 3mm added, he's only come up to like top of the knee. So yeah, this War Avatar, definitely not Khorne Exalted Bloodthirster, is pretty tall. So yeah, I think that's about it for this videos, guys. I will be dropping the links to my mini factories for this model in the description, so be sure to check that out. Check out my other social media as well. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Leave your thought down in the comment section down below. And yeah, till next time, stay safe, stay awesome, have a nice day.